Hello, this is Tom with the Tractor Rescue Ranch. I am going to service this power plant here today. Wanted to make sure before I started using it heavy that it got a oil change. I thought I might recap a little bit here where this thing came from. I've got some older videos where I explained it, but I've got a neighbor north of me, a retired farmer, and I was up there helping him one day with a fixture. He's, I think, in his 90s or close to it. And anyway, he had a bunch of old farm equipment. I was up there helping him. He had an bunch of old farm equipment, and he'd commented he was looking for somebody to haul it all off to the scrapyard. And that's where I got this whole deal started here with this tractor rescue. It was from him. So this old D4 dozer was given to me, which was a really great thing. And the good part of it is it's got this gearbox on the back of it that reverses the power takeoff, which makes it work on the sawmill set up this way. So anyway, when I got this, it was froze up. It had been sitting for 40 something years from the story I'm getting, and both the pony motor and the main motor was froze up, but I got lucky and put ATF down the cylinders, pulled the injectors out and the spark plugs out, and poured ATF down the cylinders, and it wasn't hard to get it broke loose that way. Luckily no water had gotten into it. So anyway, I got it broke loose and got it running, and I've never run it very much. I baled hay with it one year, just a few bales of hay, when my old Model H farm all broke down and I still had a few bales left, but that's really the only thing I've done with it. Mostly I just started it up a couple times a year and drive it around just to keep things lubed. But anyway, I wanted to make sure I got a good service on it before I put it into production here on the sawmill. And so today I'm going to change the oil, and as my budget allows, I will go through everything on it. I'll get the oil changed in the transmission and get everything done eventually, but just the motor oil for this on the motor end of it cost $100, so I'm going to do things in stages, so I'll get this done. So I wanted to show you, this had a leak in that oil cooler, and from what everybody's saying, just to eliminate that oil cooler, because with the modern oil that you have in today's world, you don't need that oil cooler. And so I originally bought some plugs and put in there and eliminated that oil cooler, and I had one of them plugs blow out and it dumped the oil down on it. And so luckily I caught it and it didn't hurt the motor at all. So instead of plugs there, I went into the hydraulic shop and they gave me some caps to go on those hoses, the hose ends where you put the hoses on. So I've got that problem fixed now. So anyway, oil change is due. Use this for an opportunity to start here with this project with fresh oil in it. And so that's what I'm up to right now. So this drain plug, that's what it looks like. And I don't have the cat tool to do it, but I just found this old bolt here, and that goes in there good enough to do it. Put a pipe wrench on it and loosen that up there. For the drain hole, this is the old canister type filters. Got the new filter and the O-ring. Goes around here so that it seals it. Boy, don't that beat all. Them O-rings are too big. That's a crazy deal. And I just cut the old one. If I'd have known that, I should have checked first. If I'd have known that, I'd have left the old one in there. Well, what I'm going to do is cut a section out of this and use some silicone, see if we can make it seal. Okay, this is what I've done here. Cut this on an angle so that it fits together like that, and put it together. They make an O-ring kit where you can buy O-ring just in long lengths with glue to glue them together, but I don't have anything like that, so I'm going to just hopefully seal that seam up real good with some silicone, and I think it'll work. The thing is, if it doesn't work and it leaks, it'll just be a slow leak. Be something that I can fix. It won't be a catastrophic lose your oil all of a sudden leak. So I'm pretty sure that that's gonna be just fine there. I should have put a little bit more silicone all the way around to hold it in place. So I'm just making sure that none of that silicone is going to squeeze out on the inside of the canister. May not be ideal, but I think it'll work. Feels like that we're good with that O-ring. So that oil's done dripping. It's got a seal, and the seal stuck to the tractor side of things. It still feels good, so I'll just leave it. Okay. If I remember right, it should be 4 gallons. So it'll take the majority of this pail. A little bit more. Just a touch over full, which is good because that filter's empty and dry. So that's a good place to start right there. So something else I'm going to do while I'm here, since I'm here with the oil and everything, is change the oil in this pony motor. Sit and dribble for a while. So this is where you put the oil in for the pony motor, up here on top. And that's a little hole there, so I had to go get a smaller funnel. Just right. So the only other thing to do, there's the oil bath for the air cleaner for the main motor, and there's the one for the pony motor. And I have already done them. When I first got this dozer, I went through and cleaned them up and put fresh oil in them, and it hasn't got but 2 or 3 hours on it at the most. So I'm going to leave them for now. So that's an oil change on this girl. I'm going to fire it up, and then I'll check the oils again, make sure that they're good after it runs a little bit. Well, I ran it for about 20 minutes here and got no leaks. So that seal job that I did there did work. And so I'll just check the oil here, make sure it's topped off, and we're good to go. Thanks for watching.